So this one is titled, Am I the asshole for yelling at my brother and kicking him out of my house? My 28 female brother, 33 male, and I have a difficult relationship, all because I started dating his best friend, 34 male, 8 years ago. And for him, that was an unforgivable betrayal. And I know that to this day, he still thinks the same. That's why our relationship is almost non-existent even now. I apologized thousands of times for falling in love with his best friend and for not having been able to fall in love with someone else. But he never forgave me. We only see each other at family parties, and that's it. He didn't attend our wedding and didn't want to meet our children, 6 female, 4 female, 2 female, when they were born either. So you can imagine how much he hates me. A few days ago, we celebrated our mom's, 62 females, birthday at my house because hers was being renovated. Well, my mom begged him to come because she is sick and she doesn't know if she will be able to celebrate her birthday with us next year. And he accepted her invitation and went to my house. Of course, since he arrived, he made it clear that he was only there for our mom and that he was not interested in playing happy family with me or my kids. I kept quiet because I wanted my mom to have a good day and ignored him. After cutting the cake, my mom opened her gifts, and one of those gifts was an album of the most important moments of all of her children and grandchildren, something that for some reason she asked for a few months ago. And she was so happy with the album that she started looking at all the photos and showing them to the guests while remembering when she took each photo of us, her children. In that album, there were photos of my brother with my husband at their high school graduation. My husband was included because he and my brother have been friends since they were babies, so he is like another son to her. And when my brother saw them, he said something like, quote, "What a nice picture. No one would suspect that you would fuck my little sister a few years later." My sister, 31 female, told him to shut up, that he was being rude, but he didn't stop and kept looking at the photos to say things that nobody wanted to hear. So I got tired and asked him to leave my house. I told him that he was being rude and inconsiderate with our mother, and that I didn't want him there. And of course, he stormed off, and now he thinks that the villain of the movie is me.
Shock.
And the worst thing is that one of our sisters, 36 female, thinks the same thing because she thinks that I should have kept quiet since it's my fault that he's like that. Am I the asshole?
No, your brother's a selfish little asshole.
Couldn't keep it together for one day. Mom's birthday, just couldn't keep it together.
What I find very interesting is the term best friend. Because the brother might be throwing around this term like, oh, my best friend, my best friend. You're clearly not this guy's best friend. If you were a best friend, you would want your best friend to be happy. And as a sibling, I think you'd want your sibling to be happy, even if it means you have to compromise a little bit of the fact of having family and your best friend separate.
Yeah.
But what's really the big deal here? You have two people that met in an organic way. You might have been caught in the middle of it. Boo-hoo. That's life. And now you're pissed for life? You're this mad for life? I could see someone being like, shit. My sister and my best friend met and they love each other. And like, I can see how you could be like, fuck, like, you know, those were two separate areas and now they're one, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's selfish, you know, after a while, that becomes very selfish. And now they're clearly happy together. They have children together.
3 kids.
They're thriving together as far as we know. And you're still pouting over this thing 8 years later. You have some serious problems.
Therapy time.
You have some big problems. Like this is weird. This is weird to still hold this big of a grudge to where you're going to come like the comments didn't surprise me. Of course, you're going to point out the picture of like your old pride and joy moment that you've lost forever, which you could still be having. You could still be having this great friendship and you ruined it. And you could have had this beautiful family dynamic with your mom, sister, everybody. So I don't think...
Which begs the question, what's the issue?
Him.
No, but why? Why does he care so much? I get early on.
He's in love with him.
I have no fucking idea.
That could be, I guess.
But,
But that just like hit me out of nowhere. I'm like, wait.
But like, really, what's the issue then? Because I get early on where you're like, don't shit where I eat, dude. Like, this is my best friend. If you guys break up, it's gonna be awkward. I'm gonna keep hanging out with my best friend, even if it goes south. So I get early on,
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I'd be annoyed. I'd be pissed off about it. Like,
Yeah.
dude, this is my best friend. Like, you couldn't have found someone else. But now that they've been together for 8 years and have 3 kids,
Time to get over it.
they're tied together for life. Like, even if they got divorced, they're co-parenting together forever. So you don't need to lose your friend. So I'm sitting here, my wheels are turning, and I'm like, what's the issue then? At his core, what's his problem? Why does he resent her so bad?
To like literally not even want to be involved with your nieces and nephews.
To walk in and be like, I'm not going to play house with you and your kids. Not even like, it's almost like he like disassociates the fact that those are also his best friend's kids.
100%.
And
Best friend.
Yeah. There's no mention of their relationship in this either. Like, did you guys start dating and he cut the best friend off too? Like, I have so many questions.
Know. Me too.
We do have some edits.
Okay.
I'll read the top comment first. Not the asshole. Is your brother in love with his former best friend? Red box, blue light bulb. So next comment down. I was wondering the same thing. Seemed awful weird that he had such an issue that his best friend fell in love with his sister. I'm just scrolling. I haven't read these, so.
Yeah, because you'd wonder, like, how did he feel when his best friend fell in love with other people? Because it's probably not his first relationship. Who knows?
Someone goes, yeah, it's off the charts bizarre. Remember, it's his mom's birthday and she's sick to the point she might not make it to her next birthday, which is why they made an album of her precious life moments. I actually teared up reading that.
Yeah.
And he can't keep his mouth shut during that moment. What the fuck, man? The most magical moments we have in life is the time we spend with family and friends. It's slightly a bit like heaven when time is spent together. Don't let those relations slip away. And
Too late.
so someone kind of quotes that, like, the most magical moments we have in life is spent with time with family and friends. I'm blubbering here. And someone quotes it and goes, he missed out on the chance to do both at the same time. I'd be thrilled if my brother-in-law was my best friend. It gets hard to make time for friends as people get married and have kids. But if your best friend marries into the family, then you can see them way more than you probably would have otherwise. Jealousy is such a tragic thing. So there are some comments from OP. This was only posted 2 days ago, so it seems like it's still like really developing.
Yeah.
One of the earlier comments, like the first ones that OP responded to, was not the asshole. Was he in love with your husband? OP goes, I don't know. Why do you say that? This comment was removed by the moderator, but OP does respond and goes, 2 years later, we were already married and in a stable relationship. That's why we decided to have our first child. And sorry, I didn't know there's a perfect time to start having children. It must have been someone that was just like questioning them on like a timeline.
Oh.
But
Irrelevant.
yeah, and a lot of people just kind of like poke around, like, we're trying to figure out why your brother despises you, your husband, and why he's disowned you. Your story doesn't really make sense. When did you start a sexual relationship with your much older husband? So they're kind of like picking at that age gap. Much older? OP responds, he's just 5.5 years older than me. What are you talking about? And the first time I slept with him was when we got married. And my brother found out because we told him directly, are you happy now? Weirdo.
What?
I don't know. But okay, let's get to OP's edits and wrap this bad boy up.
Yeah.
I'm scared. Oh my God, I lost the post when I was scrolling around.
No.
Lost it. Gone. Okay, edit 1. I don't know if my brother is gay, but the truth is that I suspected it many times when I saw how affectionate he was with my husband. Like, my husband had a few girlfriends before me, and my brother hated all of them. But I thought it was just jealousy because he didn't spend as much time with him. But if I think about it, it does look weird. He's in his 30s and he only had a girlfriend when he was 12 or 13, but was always possessive of my husband and overly affectionate, which my husband always hated. So maybe it's true. Maybe that's why he hates me and my kids. And maybe that's why I unconsciously apologized to him, because deep down I knew he was in love with him too. I don't know. Edit 2. I spoke to my husband and he says that nothing ever happened between them and that they were just friends, that he is straight and that my brother always knew it, that he never did or said anything to make him think otherwise. So I don't know what's wrong with him. I just know that I feel enormous guilt. If he's in love with him, I'll never be able to feel at peace again. Which, have your peace. Like you're married, your husband loves you.
You're well into it.
Your brother had every opportunity to tell his friend how he felt. And I get he's not out yet. His sexuality is very much in question.
Yes.
Which is a little relevant, a little irrelevant, because I think the bigger problem here is like the brother, for whatever reason, hates her, whatever. But the bigger problem here is that he couldn't keep it together for one fucking day to celebrate his mom, who is not going to be around much longer. So no,
that shows how deep this is.
Yeah. And just how like selfish and inconsiderate he is. Like, it's not just you and this sister you hate. You have other siblings that are there trying to celebrate with their mom. You have other nieces and nephews that are there trying to celebrate with their grandma. Fuck you for stealing what precious little time they have left. Keep it together. Whatever your fucking feelings are, for whatever reason you have them, keep it together for one day. And if you can't, don't come. Don't come. Because she really didn't do anything wrong. If someone wronged you and did something wrong, I get it.
But imagine living with that spite forever too.
It's so unhealthy.
From a situation that you can never control.
So unhealthy.
Even if he's in love with him, at some point for yourself, not even the people around you, just for yourself, you got to get that figured out in terms of move on and really get some help to figure that out, because you're going to live with this forever. You're going to be spiteful, sad, jealous. You're going to live a life of sadness forever.
Yeah. And he shouldn't have to. He should be able to find his person and be happy. And it's kind of this thing where it's like you're in your 30s and you, like, this wasn't your person. If this was your person, he would have had reciprocated the feelings. He wouldn't have been with your sister. He wouldn't have 3 kids. Like, if this was your person, it wouldn't have worked out. It wouldn't be this hard life. And I know there are people that get married, have kids, and then later come out. My uncle's partner that passed away was one of those people. It happens.
Yeah.
But as of right now, this isn't your person. So don't put your life on hold waiting for something that may or may not happen. Like, find your person. You deserve love. You deserve to be happy.
Yeah.
We all do. So intervention needed. And whether it's coming from family saying, hey, it's time to let this go. Like, you being mad at our other sister isn't healthy. Which, I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of surprised family hasn't really intervened. And if they have, maybe they have, it wasn't mentioned.
Maybe it's just a no trespassing zone.
It could be, yeah.
Where it's like, if it gets brought up, it's instantly like he just leaves, or it's shut down, like to where you really can't.
Yeah.
But who knows?
I know.